Hi everyone and welcome to this tutorial. In this video we're going to be setting up DHCP services on our Windows 2008 server. To begin, we're going to click on roles and then we're going to click on add roles. Click on next and then we want to select the option that says DHCP server. Once that is selected, go ahead and click on next. Based on the information we have here, at this point we just want to verify that we have the correct IP configuration on our system. So we're going to open the Network and Sharing Center. Then let's move to Manage Network Connections. We're going to go to the properties of our network adapter here and we're going to take a look at the IPv4 settings. So based on what we have here, this IP scheme works for what we have or for what we need for our DHCP server. So we're going to close these off and continue with the addition of the role. So here it tells us what our IP address is. At this point, you want to go ahead and validate our current IPv4 address, and it also tells us what our parent domain is. WINS is not required for applications on this network, so we're going to leave that option as it is and click on next. And at this point, we now want to go ahead and add a scope in which our client machines would be able to automatically get an address from. So we're going to click on add and we're going to give the scope a name. So we call this one the client scope. And now we would specify the starting IP address. Let's confirm the ending IP address as well. So we're looking at up to 10 IP addresses that clients can automatically get addresses from. Here we specified our mask. And you want to make sure that the activate this scope option is also selected. Click on OK and we see here that a scope has been successfully created. For this step, we're going to disable DHCP version 6 and then click on next. And we do want to use the current credentials that we are logged in with, which is our administrator account. So here we just have a quick summary window of what's going to be done and click install. So our installation has been completed as seen in our confirmation dialog here. So we're going to click on close. Next you're going to click on start and we're going to give our server a quick restart. That's just to ensure that our DHCP installation can properly take effect once the system has been rebooted. So we're going to skip these couple of frames here and the video will be resumed when the system has been restarted. We have now successfully logged back into our server. So we're going to go ahead and start the server manager to begin. We're going to expand roles, and then we want to expand the DHCP server object. We're now going to take a look at the scope in which we have created, and here we see the name that was also given to the scope, which is the client scope. We're going to expand our scope, and then we take a look at the address pool. And as we see, both the start and ending IP address which we would have specified. At this point, we're going to head over to our Windows 7 client machine. As you see, we are logged in with our Paul Tibet user. So we're going to head over to the Network Sharing Center, Head over to adapter settings and go to the properties. At this point, you can go ahead and proceed with an authorized account. And then we're going to open our IPv4 settings. And we're going to change to obtain an IP address automatically. This way we can determine whether or not our DHCP server is working properly, and additionally we can confirm that the scope of addresses that we specified would indeed be the IP addresses that would be distributed to each client within the domain. So let's close our adapter here. Next, we're going to go into the command prompt. And you can proceed to use the ipconfig command. What you would see here is that this client has taken up the first available address within the scope that we specified. Our ipconfig all command gives us a bit more information so that we see that DHCP is indeed enabled. It says yes. And we see that the DHCP server here is also pointing to the correct machine on the network. And that's it for this video.